Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across this great wide world of ours. I wanted to do a video. Normally, I do a video on Saturday, but I got caught up on some things on Saturday. And today, I want to talk about a combination of entitlements and boundaries. I know there's a lot been said lately about what's going on with the Jeffrey S. Bean case and the pedophilia, and also about Prince Andrew. And there's other issues I see as well too, because there's as part of this, I see this with people that I work with as well, is that certain people feel they're entitled to things in life, and when they're entitled, case in point, like I said, watching what's going on basically with the news lately, is that certain people have this narcissistic entitlement background, thinking they are entitled, they are privileged to things, and really, it gets kind of I shouldn't say annoying, but it gets part of the people try to analyze what goes on with it. And really, it's not so much, it's just that their social and economic things in life created this narcissistic, this behavior, which is like I've said before, is somewhat of a entitlement type of thing. And I've seen this before because I previously worked with somebody in the past that felt he was entitled to certain things in life. And I even went to school with one of my friends that I was, not very close to, but my one friend knew very well. He always felt entitled in life and felt that he deserved to get a PhD, and then he didn't understand why he was struggling so much with his PhD. So, and what occurs here is out of this is when people don't have these social dynamics or social settings, and they feel and they believe that they're entitled to things, it creates a false belief in the people that are around them. In other words, while I was watching a couple of the videos on that, and then my dealings with people in the people that feel entitled feel like that you're there to serve them, that I am not wasting my time with you, and part of that is this narcissistic attitude as well. And the point out of this is, and I've talked about this before in the past too, is you have your inner circle of friends, and then you have your outer circle of friends, and then you have those. It's kind of like not kind of. It is like uh, asteroids and that. You have these people that come in and out of people's lives, and they have a chance to influence that behavior. And part of this becomes people don't understand when things don't go their way, that and they feel entitled to it, then they get frustrated, they get angry, they get miserable, they get anxious, those type of things in life. And what this leads to is a misunderstanding by people that that they have very limited friends, and then it's always what's in it for me. That's always a big saying for me. What is it in for me? And you usually can tell by that, because, like I said, as a psychologist, and I work on people with self-esteem, motivation issues. Within 15, 20 minutes, you can pretty well tell if they've got these issues of narcissism or issues about that they feel entitled. And I've done a video before about entitlement and then how it is important to, like, realize that you're really not entitled to anything in life, that you should keep an open mind, and that you need to learn from other people instead of taking from other people. In other words, I'm a big believer in, and I've talked about this before too, is that you help other people when they achieve their goals in life. In other words, it's like if you can imagine a ladder, and as you're climbing up the ladder, you take somebody along for the ride. In other words, you reach up, take somebody up, you reach up, you take somebody up, because that's a type of person that has high empathy and high self-esteem. The second issue that I see about it, especially people that feel entitlement and feel that they deserve a lot of, don't have boundaries. In other words, they don't have healthy boundaries. In other words, they are type of people that just take, and not necessarily figure out how to get from a situation without taking. And to be honest with you, as a psychologist, at some times in our lives we all go through that where we take, but we don't receive back, or give back, I should say. And the point becomes that, as I said, and I talked to somebody on Friday, you have to be grateful in life. In other words, you have to feel that you have achieved a lot out of life and you're willing to give back to life. For instance, somebody I was talking to a client on Friday, and I told them I feel very blessed, grateful in life. So I want to give back in life for that. And, and they talk about that in the Bible, that once you achieve, you receive sevenfold back. So, and the point that comes out of this is you look at somebody and you just make sure that they are making it to where they can achieve a lot of life. I know this sounds a little bit convoluted, a little bit, but the point here I'm talking about is when you're dealing with an narcissist or somebody that is a is always taking but not giving, they tend to be a person that works on not necessarily on healthy relationships. So really what you have to do is you have to break everything down and move things in the right direction. Part of that would be self-reflection. Part of that would be self-motivation, and saying, "Yeah, I don't like this." But if you look at the person and realize it, they tend to make poor choices in life. They feel very stagnated, and they can't understand why they have limited friendships, and they see things necessarily in their eyes and not necessarily look at things and say, where do I need to achieve, or where my shortcomings are. A lot of people that have healthy relationships tend to see things and they work on saying, oh yeah, I need this, do this, because I have to work on my own relationship. For instance, right now I'm trying to work on getting this business going, psychology practice. So it's not fair for me to, since I am single, to bring somebody into my sphere of influence if I don't have the time. So the goal here is always to look at things and say, am I being fair to them? Am I being fair to myself? Etc. But like I said, when we're talking about somebody who's narcissistic, that believes they are entitled to things, that is not necessarily the case. And the other issue that comes out of this is, like I said, is they tend to be loners and that they're limited friends. And it's always, like I said a few minutes ago, what is it? What's in it for me? And like I said, when I'm looking at these kids like Prince Andrew, Jeffrey Epstein, and a few other politicians, I see the issue, excuse me, became that people were not, you know, looking at how they can serve others, but how they can serve themselves. And I've said this to one other person that's a client, and this is my final thought. What is the intent? What is the intent? What do you intend to do? How you intend to serve? How do you intend to make things different in life? So, anyway, these are just some foods for thoughts about things that are going to happen this week and the next couple of weeks. Anyway, please like and subscribe to my channel. Remember, also, I have self-published books on Amazon. They're under B. Thomas Miller and also Boyd T. Miller. Also, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me at bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. Anyway, hope to talk to you real soon and have a great week. And be safe. Bye.